Hey guys, how's it going? My name is R35olution and welcome to Hardspace Shipbreaker. Another game that's, well, not another game, it's a game that's currently available on the Humble Bundle of November 2023's Humble Choice Bundle. I can never remember how the bundles are named, but it's a Humble Choice Bundle for November 2023. It's a simulation game, kind of like the House Flippers and PC Builder Simulator and Simulation Garden Simulator or Power Wash Simulator or Gas Station Manager, whatever it's called. It's a simulation type game where you play as a shipbreaker, but we're talking about spaceships here. In space. Hardspace Shipbreaker. I mean, who would have thought? We're going to give this game a shot. This is actually one of my favorite games to play in my downtime. It's a nice, relaxing game where all you do is break ships down into their basic components and salvage them for money to pay off your debt. Did I mention you're in debt? You're in like billions and billions of dollars of debt. So anyways, let's get on with the career mode. I'll show you how far I've gone. So we'll go with our standard employee. We've got a little employee card here. Resolution, we are a rank 15 veteran. Employee shipbreaker, I should say. Let's jump in there. There's unlimited lives. So what's happened? You're in the distant future. There's a whole bunch of ships everywhere, and the ones that have been decommissioned, someone has got to break them down, recycle them back into parts and materials so that they can be reused in new ships, and you're just that guy. Unfortunately, it's a very prestigious job, so basically you've got to go into debt to become a shipbreaker, and but the money's good. The money's really good apparently. You just got to pay off your debt first. It's a massive amount of money. We'll go into career progression mode, and this is basically this ring here. So I'm jumping back and forth between a few things, but this ring here is where you are at. This is where you break down the ship. This is the factory, right, that breaks down the ship. So you occupy this small area at the bottom here. We'll show that in the game, and you break down the ship and send it into the factory. It creates, or it breaks it down to the basic materials and sends it off. You get paid for whatever you break down. I'll show you. Let's jump into career mode. Now I'm halfway through the game. There is a storyline progression to this, which makes it really super fun. But essentially the game is a bit more. I personally find it very sandboxy, very relaxing. It's seriously, if you haven't played Power Wash Simulator, try playing Power Wash Simulator first and then play this game, and you find it's got the similar vibe. Link's Salvage.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Please enjoy the following inspirational message. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you do, you will be successful.
Love it. So we wake up in our habitat unit, whatever it's called. Good morning, Shipbreaker. Now usually on a new day it shows you your balance and how much money you've got left to pay off and stuff like that, but this is your house. This is your habitat unit. There is your employee terminal where you go through some of the messages and stuff and certification that you've got as a shipbreaker. So as you can see, I'm a veteran. I'm a level 15 veteran, and then the higher up you go, the more bonuses or the more things you unlock essentially, or the more advanced tools or tool upgrades that you can unlock, I should say. So I won't spoil too much. I will leave that as it is. You can look out the window. Hey, that's just beautiful. Space, the final frontier. So as you can see, there's another shipbreaker down there. So that's their hab right down there, and that's where they break their ships. But there's a few more of us that are all around the place, right? And there's a whole storyline behind it. It's great. This is our kitchen. We've got posters. We've got chicken. Well, this is our bit. We won't bother with a bit. Let's head down and have a look at our workstation. So just showing you around the place. This is our workstation, our tools. So we've got a industrial size cutter here, some grappling hooks or grappling tool to move things around in space, demo charges. You can jump into the computer here and go through and upgrade your equipment, right? So your equipment, all your equipment has a bunch of upgrades that you can add to them. Like for example, there's a range upgrade there. Like this has a whole bunch of things, thrusters, So that's your cutter, that's your grapple, so that moves things around. That's your thrusters, that moves you around. That scanner scans the insides of ships so that you don't accidentally wander into a hazardous ship. You've got your work suit. Now obviously you can upgrade your suit to withstand more damage from like fire and cold and stuff. There's obviously hazards and stuff that you have to worry about, but for now let's just get an upgrade. So upgrades cost Lynx token. Lynx is a company you work for, and you get tokens for how well you basically disassemble ships. So we're going to use our Lynx token to purchase an upgrade. There we go. We've got a range upgrade on our cutter. Perfect. Now as you can see, I'm still $1 billion in debt. I've been playing this for a while now, and I'm still $1 billion in debt. Jeez, there's no way I'm getting out of this easily. But we're going to leave the rest of the upgrades. Now, they've all got durability as well. So obviously over time and over the course of certain things you do, your equipment might break down. Like for example, if you fly too fast into a metal beam, you'll damage your work suit and you'll have to repair it, but that uses a work suit repair. Some equipment, if you use it for far too long, you'll damage them and you'll have to repair them, which costs money. Everything costs money. Now just a quick look, that's our suit. We've got a few more motivational posters on the wall, not very motivational, but that's our living quarters. Now we're going to just jump straight into it. Let's not dilly-dally, because the main bulk of the game is with, you know, breaking ships down into size. Now I've just completed this ship, which is the Southern Kent Mark IV. That's been completely disassembled, and that, well, that's been fully paid for now. So we're going to buy a new ship. So whenever you start to buy a new ship, you get a whole bunch of you get a selection, right? You get a selection. So there's a Gecko heavy cargo industrial ferrous ship, and you've got ships that are all shapes and sizes with different things on them, different difficulties, different hazard levels, and it's just what you want to do at that point in time. Now different ships give you different parts, and there's more to it. There's more in the game. I won't go into too deep, but basically you've got to get a few parts for yourself and collect them to fix your own ship up. Now we need to find a ship that has heat sinks and rods. That shouldn't be too hard. So this interface here tells me what's in each ship. This doesn't have heat sinks, no heat sinks. This one does. So this ship should have some heat sinks but no rods. Is there one that has both? Heat sinks, rods, nothing. Heat sinks, nothing. Rods. Okay, well in that case we're going to go with the Tetsuo Mark 9 Javelin class. It's a cargo ship of some sort. It does have heat sinks. I need 2 heat sinks, so we'll disassemble the ship. We'll get some heat sinks. Now there are some hazards for this ship. So there's a cold factor, a coolant factor hazard, electrical hazard, and explosion hazard. It has some very important core systems. Some of these will destroy you if you don't handle them properly, like literally blow you up, blow you and the ship up. Obviously if the ship gets blown up, or at least portions of the ship gets blown up, the parts aren't worth as much anymore, so you can't salvage them or you can't sell them for as much. So the whole point of this game is to do very well at salvaging a whole ship. The ship is 95,000 kilograms or 95 tons and is valued at $22 million to buy. Just to buy outright, I believe. No, that's the value. That is the total value of the ship. Anyways, we'll start with this ship. Let's go ahead and buy this. Just at the bottom here, just so that you know, this is a progress bar. So the more you salvage the ship, the more rewards you get. You get 71 MPs, which are basically your experience points, and LTs, which are Lynx tokens. And basically, the higher up, or the more you salvage, the more rewards you get. And rewards are good because as you level up, you get more stuff to do things more efficiently. Yada yada yada. I'm droning on. Let's start. Let's buy the ship. Claiming new ship will clear the salvage bay of your existing ship. All remaining salvage will be forfeit to Lynx. Do we begin salvage? Yes. Okay, Lynx Employee Handbook. The Deadly Class 6 modular shear laser was developed to be a shipbreaker's all-purpose cutting tool. That's what we have, and I'll show you the cutting laser in a second.
All right, kids. I want to try something. Back in the 21st century, some of the most successful leaders combined aspects of mysticism into their management style. We're gonna try something called yoga. We'll start with Steiner.
That's not how yoga works.
I'm gonna turn off your suit control, and you're gonna just focus on your breathing, okay?
I'm in the middle of moving a fuel cell, Rose. No.
Okay, now breathe slowly. In through the nose.
I'm drifting towards the furnace, Rhodes! Rhodes, I'm drifting!
You're not listening, Lou. In through the nose now.
It's hot! It's hot!
And out through the mouth.
No! Help!
Clearly not a lot of leadership potential in you, Lou.
God. Rhodes, you psychopath!
We'll try this again another time, when tempers aren't so high.
So, that was an interesting conversation. Hell is our supervisor, or not our direct supervisor. He's like a middle manager that's come into the team, and he's just causing absolute havoc. Now, this is our hub. This is where we live and where we do stuff. And yeah, oh well, no, our hub is somewhere else actually. Now that I think about it, our hub's up there. That's our hub up there. This is how we get to and from work. And yeah, so we basically start our shift right on this platform. Right on the left here, we've got a terminal to buy all our basic needs and consumables, I should say. In front of us, that's our ship, along with a whole bunch of pylons to make sure we don't fly away too far. This is the reclamation module, a reclamation place, basically, where all the parts get sent back into the central area and get sold. Now, we're in space, obviously, judging by the amount of ships that are around us and everything else. There are 6 degrees of movement in this game, so front, forward, back, up, down, left, right, strafe, turning, etc., etc. On the sides here, on either side, we've got our recycling modules, or recycling receptacles, I should say. The first is the, what are these called? These are called the processors. The blue ones are the processors. So you send through anything that's sort of valuable that can be resalvaged in through the processors. You'll get some stuff back, like these guys, nanocarbon panels. They're expensive, and generally anything you send through the processors are worth its weight in money, essentially. The ones at the back with the fiery flames of death. Now that's the furnace. Yeah, anything that's trash, anything that needs to be melted down and broken down, goes in through there. Now, as Lou said in that conversation, she was floating through to them. They've got their own gravity well, so if things get too close, they get sucked in. Easy, stay away from them, just send things in. At the bottom here, that's a barge ship. Now, the barge ship basically takes in anything that can be resalvaged, any bit of technology that can be resalvaged, it takes it away. You basically put any good useful pieces of equipment in there, and it takes it away. Like this antenna, for example. Antenna, I can just pull it off with what is essentially my grapple tool, and shoot it literally into the barge ship. Poof, off it goes. That's easy.
Salvage secured.
Now earlier you saw me flicking through a few views. Well, I've only got the one. This is like a scanning view. It tells me what's inside the ship, right? It gives me a brief overview of what's inside the ship. It just tells me what the compartments are, if they're pressurized or not. So anything in green, that's pressurized. That means there's air in there. And if I try to open the ship right now, everything will explode. So it also tells me, different colors tell me basically the structure points, or where to cut the ship, right? So I can easily locate, oops. What was that? Huh, strange. Basically tells me where I can cut the ship and where the weak points are, so we can easily disassemble the ship. We've also got different views, like object views, to see if there's anything inside the ships, systems, which systems these objects belong to, etc, etc, etc. We're going to leave that off for now. We've got to go and depressurize the ship. Now, first things first, that's one of the main things I like to do, but we're going to go into the ship first. Enter through the main door.
Airlock depressurizing.
Lovely. Depressurize the airlock. Airlock opens up. We slide in. And repressurize the airlock.
Airlock pressurizing.
And we're in. Now, most of the times the inside of the ships are fully kitted out. So that's another airlock there. That opens up into basically what appears to be the space between the ship, the habitable part of the ship, and the outside, which keeps everything inside the ship working. Sometimes you'll find things like these that are just floating around. Fuses. Collect them so that you can use them in future projects. Heatsink. Yes, please. So there's a whole bunch of things around. I'm just going to do a quick scout around this area. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of things floating, so that means this area is completely pressurized as air. And we're in fact regaining a little bit of air into our suit. As you can see on the bottom there, we're getting a little bit of air back into our suit because we're in an air-filled environment. So let's also have a look and see whether there's any other objects I can take up. Nope. Okay. Down this way, we've got the captain's cockpit. We're just going to grab a few more things. Ooh, another heat sink. 2 heat sinks. That's exactly what we need. Now, each of these have their own weight and worth. If you have a look, this is worth 7 kilograms. Or that weighs 7 kilograms currently, but should actually weigh 95,000 kilograms. I'm not entirely sure how that works. It is worth $97,500 though, which is good. But what we kind of want to do is start turning off the atmosphere to this place. So what we're going to do is we're going to probably close some of these doors. Like we'll close that door. And... I wonder if I close that door whether I can... Well, let's try this, right? This is an atmosphere regulator. And basically what we're going to do, or what we're going to try and do, is cut holes in different areas. Right, so let's bring out a cutting tool. So we've got a pinpoint precision type cut, or a length cut. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut some of these doors and so that they are left open, right? We're going to cut the bottom half of this door. There you go. The door's fully cut and it's now floating away. Perfect. Let's do the same thing, but for the airlock. So first of all, let's close the airlock.
Airlock depressurizing.
Let's close the airlock doors, and this is going to hurt a lot, right? We're going to cut the door there. And we get sucked into it. Now this is what is called a controlled depressurization of an airlock. Oops. Completely controlled depressurization of an airlock. So now we can safely say that we're in an airfield environment and the airlock is completely depressurized. That's perfect. We've I think it's completely depressurized. Hang on. Let's have a look. No. This entire area is depressurized. The cockpit's the only place that's still pressurized. Okay. Looks like we will have to depressurize the cockpit now. So I've always wanted to try that, because normally what I do is I go in and depressurize the cockpit first and then depressurize the rest of the area. But I thought we'd try a different way this time. Let's move that out of the way and cut these doors. Now stand back everyone, we're going to get hit. Yep, we got hit. Lovely. Okay. That's all done. This entire area should now be fully depressurized. Where's that air conditioning unit? Oh. It's no longer here. Wait, what? Did I? Looks like in that process I've ripped, yep, there you go, there's the air conditioning unit, the atmosphere regulator. Looks like we've completely depressurized the entire area and removed the unit from the wall. Perfect. Now some of these ships...
This is your 5-minute warning, Cutter.
Jesus.
5 minutes left. We were out.
5 minutes left. Okay, so each shift takes about 15 minutes. We might be able to do a few shifts here. It does take a while to go through a whole ship, but we'll try to get as much done as possible. Anyways, we can also collect some stuff like this poster. Perfect. We'll keep that handy. We'll depressurize the airlocks so that this entire area here is now workable in 0 atmosphere. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. This door did not come off like the others. Okay. That's good to know. Now, one more door left. Let's quickly do this one and head over to the other section to hopefully depressurize as much as we can. Lovely. Control depressurization done. Now, this is the center part of this particular ship, and it has a large fuel system. These things explode if you cut into them. So always switch your tool of choice to the grappling or the grappler and flush the system. By flushing the system, you're flushing the system, the pipes of any fuel that might be residual, so you can start cutting them, or at least if anything happens nearby, you're not suddenly shot into space because of an explosion and die. Now, mind you, there is dying in this game, right? I should probably cut some of these. Hang on. There is dying in this game, and when you die, the company resurrects you. It basically makes a clone of you and charges you for the new clone. I'm just going to cut some of these and send them off into the barge because we need a bit more money. Obviously, the charge for that clone gets added to your debt, and that's a bad thing. You do not want that to happen, right? That's a really bad thing. Let's send some of these into the barge, so at least we're not losing too much money. Perfect.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Now, obviously, because you're an employee for this company, most of your tools and most of your gear, they're all hired. So you've got to pay a rental fee to use your tools and your gear. And what you want to do is make sure that every month or every day or so, you have enough cash to cover the rental of your tools. Now, as you notice, the area around here is affecting my HUD, and that's because behind this place there is a there's a power generator, and power generators are extremely powerful, but they do affect, they do have like an EMF that's released, and it does affect you. So anyways, let's unlock this door.
Airlock depressurizing.
Lovely. Let's get in through this side.
Airlock pressurizing.
Lovely. And we're in through the second cockpit. What we're going to do is we're going to turn off the atmosphere regulator. That closes the door. That closes the bridge to the door to the airlock thing. Is there anything around here that can be collected? No, it doesn't look like it. Anyways, airlock seal has been done. Let's break this open just like we did last time in the last area. Boom. There goes the doors. Oh. Lovely.
1 minute left, Cutter.
A minute
You got
left?
something cooking. Now's the time to plate it and bring it to the table.
Okay, we've got basically a minute left, but we don't have to go back to our hab. That happens automatically, so good to know. Let's first depressurize everything so the next day we can work on the ship without worrying too much. Now, this is a power generation system. There is a method to getting rid of it, and what we're going to do first is we're going to do the first step into salvaging the power generator, which is to disconnect it from the thruster ejection switch. Let's do that. Bam! It is completely disconnected from the thruster ejector. Lovely. And that's it. I think we're good to go to start to... Oh, no, the airlock's still sort of pressurized there, which is no good. But that's alright. We can sort that out later. We're good to start salvaging the ship in the next session. And by next session, I mean by the next day. Looks like we only made $175,000, $175,500, which is a lot of money, but not if you're working as a shipbreaker. And you can see why. Certification, we've earned nothing because we haven't reached a single target here. Let's end the day. We've done some work, not a lot, some. Now what I want to do first is get rid of the engine. The engine's the most... Sorry, the power generator. The power generator is the most important bit.
Good morning, Cutter.
Good morning.
It's time to begin your workday.
I will try to. Now the engine can explode. There's a chance for the engine to explode. Sorry, the power generator to explode. So it's important we get rid of that first. See what I mean? So it looks like we owe them more money than we did yesterday. They are charging us $600,000 worth of fees for 1 day's rental of stuff, and we've only made $175,000. Let's see whether we can make up the rest of that money today. We need to earn $1.2 million in order to work on the to basically cover what we've used up for yesterday and today. But first, I'm going to go into the ship's doctor. We've got our own ship. Jesus. And we're going to try and repair a few things. Now we've got the heat sinks. Let's repair. There you go.
Successful transplant. Nice job.
This is a little side thing that goes on, and I'll leave that to you guys when you play this game. What we're going to do is we're going to go straight into starting our shift. Yeah, let's go. Continue salvage. Yes. So loading time is pretty quick, especially once you've loaded the ship in.
Hey there. It's
Just gonna quickly buy some fuel.
getting to me. Feels like when I was just a kid. You heard about the Kuril Islands? It's like hell there. We escaped when I was maybe 5. Crossing the ocean in those tiny boats was the scariest 2 weeks of my life. You have no idea. We got so close, we could see Pacifica. But this storm comes in, flips all of us over. I just remember sinking deeper and deeper, the water closing in all around me, and that's what this feels like. I guess that's why I'm such a screw-up. I'm not built to carry all this weight. Anyways, thanks for listening, Cutter.
Cool. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut the doors again so that the airlocks don't really work anymore.
Airlock pressurizing.
Lovely. Done. Alright, now we're going to try and get rid of the power source first things as the first thing to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by cutting what these yellow things are. So these are linkage points or cut points that link the ship together. We're going to start from the very back. By cutting these, that sort of breaks up the panels, right? The panels start to disconnect from one another. Like this. Look at that. And now we've got a way in and out of the ship without having to go through the airlock every single time. We've also got links on the outside, like that, just one on either side of this thruster unit. Lovely. And we grab our grappling tool. Now this needs to go into the processor. What we do is we aim for the nearest processor, wait till it gets inside, charge up our grappling tool, and fire. Now, because of how it works, it bounces off and the gravity well of the processor sucks it in. Same goes with this. This entire panel will get sent to the processor. So I'm going to just move a bit closer, send it all the way to the processor. Easy. This engine, on the other hand, I'm going to use the grappling tool to pull it towards me, if possible. Come on. Come on. Come this way. Come on. Okay, it's stuck. It's proper stuck now. For some reason, it is stuck. Let's make some room by disassembling the back half of this unit. Just cut through some of these yellow things. 1, 2, and I think there's one more there. There might be one on the ground. Lovely. And that should disconnect the entire back area from the rest of the ship. There's also lights. So this game is very detailed in the sense that there are things like these lights, these tiny lights. They go on the barge rather than into the processor like everything else it's connected to. So let's first grab some of these. Lovely. And we can move this back portion away. Away she floats. Now, obviously, the physics is plays a very pivotal part in this game, right? Depending on the weight, the size of objects, the shape, it all affects how things move in space, how fast they move. Basically what you want to kind of do is make everything into little manageable chunks so that you can move them around with your grapple tool. Now, obviously, over time, you can upgrade your grapple tool to move bigger objects, heavier objects, and objects further in the distance. But for now, I've only half upgraded my grapple tool. I'm just going to manually move things slowly. Now that gives us big enough room to grab the thruster class 2, and fire that away into the barge. Done.
Salvage deposit
Now,
registered.
our
Account credited.
power system is almost clear. We want to kind of get rid of these housing that goes around it, but we've got these amplifiers that sit along the side. Now we can't cut through them, right? They're a bit harder to cut through. So what we do is we are going to use a demo charge. Now a demo charge is exactly what it sounds like. It will explode cutting through this link. So we're going to put one here, and we're going to put one on the other side, just real quick. Come on, get closer. Lovely. Just make sure we align it so we don't destroy anything else. Lovely. Change it to our trigger and fire away. Kablooey. We've cut through that like a knife through butter. Now what we can do is we can send these amplifiers directly down into the barge. Now I dare say we've made a little bit more money compared to yesterday, which is good. Ideally what I want to do is make about $2 million, so that covers the cost of yesterday and today, plus a little bit extra just in case we need it. Also going to grab these lights because these lights don't belong in the furnace or on the processor. So we'll grab them, shoot them off, and we're going to start cutting these links. Two, three. One more down here. Now instead of moving them one by one, what we're going to do is we're going to continue cutting the links in this room, and hopefully get done. Oh, what's this? Radiation containment unit. That's new. I don't think I've seen that before. Huh. This might be interesting. This might be an interesting video. I have not seen a radiation containment unit before. Oh boy. I wonder if I'm going to get irradiated and expire before my time. But let's just focus on cutting all the links that we can see. There should be, yep, there's one down here. Lovely. I've never seen one of these before. Huh. Alright. A few more linkages here. Now these should link the airlocks to the rest of the ship. A few more. And that one there. The airlock is free, so is the outside panel. As you can see, they started floating away. They won't go far, they'll sort of stop. But it's just the initial link. I believe it's a tension between the parts that's causing them to float away or just move slightly askew. Now, back to our little moving tool, our little grapple tool. We're going to just gently push some of these parts away, right? We're just going to gently move some of these parts. Now, some of these bigger ones, I tend to use what's called a tether. Now, basically what a tether does is it grabs between 2 points like that and creates like an energy tether, I guess. I guess that's why it's called that. And it pulls the parts towards one another. It pulls one end of the tether towards the other end of the tether. And sometimes if it gets too heavy, it just doesn't do it. So let's make another one. I'll probably make 2. Now obviously if you have more than one, things move faster, it pulls more weight, etc, etc. There is a weight distribution system that's going on here, and it's great. So blue tethers are healthy. Red ones, like you saw earlier, are not. Just make sure that every tether you have is blue. That means it's carefully pulling the weight of the object you're carrying. Lovely. So that's going in there. We can cancel the tether anytime and let the object float by itself under its own gravity well towards the processor. Lovely. While that's happening, we can still move other stuff. So let's move the second... Oh, I didn't remove the lights. I forgot to remove the lights from that. Oh, we might have already removed the lights from that first piece. So we're making quite a bit more money.
Transferring credits.
Let's get some of the lights off, and then we'll grab this bit off the entire system, because we need clear access between the power module and the barge below. So what I kind of want to do is remove this completely.
Alright, you got 5 minutes left in this shift, cutter.
And then tether that
We were out.
to the nearest processor. Give it a little nudge to help it along its way. And we're going to start the process of removing the power system. Send that along its way. We can send the airlock down onto the barge. Oh, the airlock console. I forgot about that. Dang, nabbit.
Credit applied.
Okay, so we've just lost a little bit of money that we could have earned from the airlock console. That's unfortunate. We'll send that along. Lovely. Now, if you're getting dizzy, I do apologize. This is in space. There is no up and down. It's just space, right? So I'm flying through space as fast as I can to try to get a whole bunch of things done. But anyways, the next step to relieving the power system is to go into this ECU, or environmental control unit, and pulling off the coolant canisters, the things that keep it cool. Now we've got 3 minutes here. We're racing against the clock, right? But because we've done this correctly, the reactor won't explode as quickly. So we've got time. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of some of these panels that are surrounding the reactor. Oh no, that went the wrong way. Yep, we'll probably get rid of one more panel just to be safe. Wrong panel! Okay, you're going to float there. We're going to pull the reactor off and send it straight into the barge. Lovely. We have successfully salvaged the reactor and earned the first level of salvage. As you can see, we've earned tier 1. Salvage tier 1, perfect. I like it. We're going to salvage as many of these panels as possible. Obviously, you can send the entire unit as a whole towards the processor. If they're all going towards the processor, you can send it as a full unit. But sometimes I like just doing it one by one, if you know what I mean. Like, that just ensures it's all going to the right place. Now this pipe, however, I believe I got to cut it from the inside. From memory, I've got to cut it from the inside. So let's see whether I can actually do that. We'll go into cutting mode, turn that vertically. Now typically wherever you have to cut, there is these yellow lines or yellow stripe. They'll tell you, hey, cut here. So you do just that.
Salvage destroyed.
It destroys, sometimes it destroys certain parts of the pipe or parts of the unit and stuff, but that's fine, we can live with that. Now let's head back out. We've got 2 minutes to go, and I think I can just pull this out now. No, I can't. Can I? no, that I can't do that either. I will actually genuinely have to cut the pipe. That is unfortunate. Lovely. But now I can pull this entire thing apart and send it to a salvage. We'll go deposit it that way. See, physics works in space. Look at that. That is beautiful. Now, obviously, because there's no gravity, it should just spin indefinitely, but I think there is some sort of microgravity going on here, unfortunately. So you can't just send it off on its way and just expect it to fly on forever. Things like this shipping crate.
60 seconds left to wrap things up, Cutter.
Extremely heavy, obviously, so there's certain physics that get applied to it. So you just need to give it a little push, and obviously because it's heavier, it floats slower. Well, I say obviously, but it's not really that obvious, to be honest. Looks like that's all the back half. The important bits have been done. The next bit will be to take care of this giant fuel tank, which is a pain in the butt because it can explode. I repeat, it can explode. So what we're going to have to do is put demo charges all around it and hope and pray to God it doesn't self this thing. But basically you need to get out of this cage and send it straight into the barge. It's not easy, let me tell you that. We have secured the fuel line, so these two thrusters on either side shouldn't be much of a problem. In fact, we can probably clear them off before we start cutting the fuel tank up. But we'll leave that till the next shift. Ta-da! Now 7.8 million. We made 7.8 million in that run. What was the most expensive thing here? The panels, the nanocarbon panels were heavy. They were expensive, $1 million in total. The thruster class 2, that was 800,000 and a half in total. Oh, 4 million. That was a class 2 reactor. That was worth a lot. I'm quite glad we did that. So that easily covers today's cost of living as well as yesterday's cost of living. Easy. We've also reached tier goal 1, so we get 71 MP and 29 LT. Now we have moved up a little bit in our rank, but not enough to get to level 16. Let's end the day and go to bed. We'll wake up the next day bright, fresh and early and start cutting up the ship again. So like I said, it's a nice, really relaxing game. I personally like to play this game when I've got Netflix running in the background or on the TV somewhere in the back, and you know, just casually.
Hours of sleep. Any extra sleep time will be docked from the next pay cycle.
Oh god, don't oversleep. Just casually disassemble ships in my free time. It's a fun game. It's one of my favorite games. I'm very glad it came out on Humble Bundle so that other people can try this out. This is an amazing game if you're just here to chill. I was thinking maybe one day of streaming this. I remember streaming this years ago when I was still on Twitch, right? I remember streaming this game when I was still on Twitch. It was a great game to stream. Really good game. But before we go back into, before we go back into salvaging the ship, I kind of want to look at what we can upgrade in terms of our demo charges. Absolutely nothing by the looks of it. Huh. Interesting. I kind of wanted to get a smaller range on these demos so I can more accurately destroy stuff, but that's not going to happen. So we're going to leave that be and start our shift. Now please do not forget, do not move to another ship. If you're not done with your ship yet, do not move to another ship, because I've done that more than once now, where you accidentally click another ship and you just completely lose all the salvage possible from your current ship. So let's jump back into the current ship. Wabam, we're back.
I really miss seeing people. Sitting in that shoebox of a hab is driving me up the wall.
Well, at least you got us in your ear all day.
It's just not the same. I need action. I need to drink a beer with friends every now and again. You got used to it, I guess.
Even playing board games together was nice.
Board games, yes. Hello, collector drinking game, anybody?
Oh, yeah. I love that game. I never win, but it's okay.
One day, we'll be out of here and we'll all have a beer together somewhere. Promise.
It's nice to have these little conversations every time you start a new day. You get your co-workers just talking a little bit,
Deposit secured.
you know, gives you a
Credits
sense of
awarded.
life to this job. Makes it really feel like you're working in a shipyard in space. Anyways, let's first get rid of some of these thrusters. They're really easy to assemble. You just need to destroy these things with your cutting tool. The linkages. Super easy. Then with your grapple tool, give them a little push. Out the slot they go, and then all the way down into the barge.
Salvage secured.
Now, what we kind of want to do
Credits
is
applied.
break the mold. What we want to do is basically destroy these things, these connectors, right? Because we want to get this thing out of the central column here, and out, basically out, right? So we almost need to destroy. I've only done this once successfully, right? So what we kind of want to do is put our demo charges as far away as possible so they don't explode near the tank. Okay. Oh, I'm out of demo charges. Okay, that's unfortunate. Let's quickly fly back. I do apologize if I'm upside down sometimes. It's just how the game goes. You're in space. There's no real up and down. You're just floating in space. The nice thing about your suit, though, is that you can press control and it basically stops you. Stops all movement. Let's buy the demo charges. They're expensive. They're $50,000 for a set of 10 at the moment. Obviously, you can get capacity upgrades in the future, and I really should get into them. Ooh, hello. There's still this thing down here. Okay. Well, you are getting a demo charge as well. Lovely. You're primed. What else? There's one there. We'll have one more here. Easy. We're going to try to get them as far away as possible from this tank. So on this plane, but just at the very top if possible. We're going to do the same for this side. Now that should easily break the top. I hope it doesn't get rid of the thrusters though. The fuel lines should already be empty, but still, I really hope it doesn't break the thrusters. I should probably destroy the thrusters first, but I'm doing a shortcut. Although doing a shortcut always bites me in the ass. I don't know why I do it sometimes. Alright, we've got a ton of demo charges ready and primed to go. We just need to make sure that everything's set properly. And I'm really hoping, just because there's so many demo charges around, that it doesn't accidentally destroy the fuel tank as well. That would be bad. That would be really bad if it accidentally destroyed the fuel tank as well. Okay, down there. So that should cut all the points in the right locations. Let's just fly away a little bit, because I've done it once where I've destroyed it while I'm inside the area, and it sort of just destroyed me, right? It basically blew me up. Alright, let's give this a shot. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that, my friends, is precision. Precision demolition. Okay, before we check that out, we'll grab this one and send it into the barge. Yeah. Now that'll eventually get there.
Salvage deposit
Oh, look
registered.
at that. Precision
Account
work. The
credited.
tank is still intact. Perfect. Now we just need to get it out of there, right? The problem is this grid that it's in needs to be destroyed a little bit. One easy way to do that is to break the structure of this thing. So we'll do that real quick. We'll get the tank out here before the end of the shift. We'll get the thrusters out first. We're getting a lot of the high value items out at the moment. And as you play through the game, you'll soon figure out which ones are the high value items. Like these nacelles, right? They're a high value item because they go into, oh crap. Because they go into the barge. No, this way. Come back. And kaboosh. Alright. So anything that goes into the barge is usually high value items that they're easy to pull off and send off. followed by anything that goes into the processors. They're usually quite expensive, like panels and stuff. And anything that goes into the furnace is usually the cheapest of the lot. And they include damaged goods as well. Alright. Can I get this out? Yep. Okay. Second nacelle is gone off. Oh, I should probably drag this into the barge area first. And kaboom. Alright. There you go.
Salvage registered.
Now, I still don't think I can get this out without having to break the structure of this area. So what we're going to do real quick is probably destroy a couple of these bars, aluminum bars that hold this thing together. By destroying these, I've just ruined $1,000 worth of salvage. But in the grand scheme of things, we're talking about millions of dollars in debt. $1,000 is not going to make it much of a difference, right? So we'll destroy all 4 of these to start with, and that should give us enough to start pulling this thing out. Lovely. Now what we kind of want to do is destroy some of the connections as well, because otherwise it's never coming out. That's 1 down, 2 down. All right, the fuel tank is free to go. Now I'm just wondering whether it will go down this way. It looks like it's going down, but not quite. Okay, it's definitely going. We just need to get it out of here. Can I just like slowly push you out of this thing? Will you fit? Probably not. Oh well, but the entire frame came off. I just realized the entire frame came off. Oh. We haven't even dealt with this thing on the side here, and yet the frame came off. Alright, let's see what we can do, right? Let's see whether we can move the frame a bit more. Am I moving the frame? I am moving the frame. Can we get the unit through the top then? I just want to get the unit out here, right? Will you come through the top? Oh, yes, but not quite. Okay, looks like we might have to, hang on, move the frame a little bit more. Okay, let's move the frame out of the way so that, yep, everything's perfect now. I really hope that part of the ship doesn't fly off. That would be bad if it flies into the furnace when I haven't finished dealing with it yet. Okay, this frame is like somewhat disconnected, but not quite. This is annoying. We'll get there in the end, right? We'll get there in the end. Can I migrate the frame any further south? No, it's kind of stuck there now. Huh. Alright, we might have to pull this back a little bit. Let's actually see whether we can pull this back a little bit. Is it going? Oh, it is. That's where the engine was, right back there. So we're going to see whether we can try to pull it back a little bit more. Just so that we can get access. Just so that we can get a little bit of access.
There's 5 minutes remaining in
Oh,
this ship.
no.
Get in while the getting's good.
Okay. We've got to quicken this up now. Alright, just so that we can get access to the tank and push it out here. I think that might be enough space. What we're going to do is we're going to go kaboosh. Yep, it's out. Lovely. And into the barge you go. Now, this is probably the first time I've done this properly, right? I've exploded that barrel so many times, I thought I was never going to get it. But we've done it. Now, let's see how much left there is to salvage inside this unit. Oh my god, I don't even know how to start processing this radiation containment unit. Okay, right. We'll have to look into that ASAP. But first, let's go into this cabin on the side here, we need to start making a way out of this cabin so that we can salvage the stuff that's inside. The stuff that's inside here, again, it is expensive, right? We will get a lot of salvage for some of the stuff that's in here. Let's grab the front screen. Now that's off. That was easy. Oh boy, that's floating very precariously towards the furnace. Let's just go kaboosh. That goes into the furnace straight away. And we'll grab some of these consoles. Look at that. 160,000 just for one console that goes straight into the barge. Like I said, anything that goes into a barge is going to be real good money, real quick money, real easy money. Sometimes you got to pick up trash, like some sort of pleb, and throw them into the furnace yourself. Other times you're just removing the air conditioning and the chair, really. Ow! Oh crap. So as you can tell, I've hurt myself. Not only have I hurt myself, oh! I've lost a chair. It's hurtling towards Earth. Oh no. I've hurt myself, my suit is damaged, my radio won't stop playing this weird music, and I've lost a chair. That's gonna cost me some money. That is genuinely gonna cost me a bit of money. I'm not happy with that. That is unfortunate. I tried to speed things up, and that's why it gets me. So anyways, let's just keep going. We're gonna lose chairs. We're gonna lose stuff. It's space, right?
Salvage is secured.
Is our chair? Our chair is still flying around. No, that's not the chair. Is that our chair? No, that's not the chair. Where's our chair? Is now out of sight. Okay, let's not worry about the chair now. It's too late. It's too late. That's gone. Let's get the lights. It's not worth as much as the chair, but it's still worth something. Let's get as much of these electronic devices as possible. Electronic devices are worth a lot. Remember, anything that goes into the barge, worth a lot. Worth moolah, money. Let's also get rid of some of these things in here that hold the thing together, because we can then go into the processor. Now these are also worth a bit of money. Grab that. Grab that light, because the lights, these lights for some reason are also expensive. The air conditioning unit, yes please. The back console, nope. Everything else here goes straight into the processor. Easy. So disconnect that. Disconnect that. And disconnect that. Lovely. This entire thing goes straight into the kaboosh, into the processor. And now we're left with this shell. Most of this goes into the processor, which is lucky. That's easy enough to do.
Got about 1 minute to make your mark on this shift.
Roger Dodger. Easy peasy. We're just going to send a load of stuff into the processor, as much as we can. Most of them are just doors that we've cut open before in the last session, or the previous session, the previous day.
Warning. Fuel levels are low.
Oh no, not the fuel levels. But what we're going to do real quick is, oh, this is disconnected already. That makes my life easy. We're just going to try and remove as much of as many things that go into the barge as possible, like these lights and stuff.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Boom. Now some of these things are pretty repetitive, right? But it's calming. Like, doing this is surprisingly chill.
Transferring credit.
Can I get one more light? Yeah, I think I could. It's surprisingly chill, to be honest. Look at that, another $2 million in the bank, and we're almost at the next rank. Oh no, wait, no, we have passed it. We're almost halfway through the next rank. Easy peasy, easy money. Look at that. So if you're looking for a really nice, chill game to play, I highly recommend Hardspace Shipbreaker. It's one of my favorites. Currently available on the Humble Choice Bundle of November 2023. Get it while it's still fresh. Get it while it's still hot. I love it. Highly recommend it. Not currently sponsored by Hardspace Shipbreaker or Humble Bundle, but I still say give this game a shot.
Good morning, Shipbreaker.
Good morning.
Your allocated shift time will be commencing shortly.
Look at that. On our way towards our goal. Now, I'm gonna leave it there. That's all the time I've got for today. Thanks so much everyone for watching. My name is R35olution. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you saw and want to see more. Also, don't forget to check out some other Humble Bundle game glimpse. Again, I'm not affiliated with them. I just enjoy some of the games that get put out, and this is a way of me going through the games I have. So give this game a shot. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.